All right, fifth grade, this is going to be our reading lesson for the day. So, for reading, we are going to be still working on identifying the main idea of a story or an article and supporting details. So, as I'm reading, I'm going to underline what I believe the main idea of this article or this paragraph is. So, this story is written in one, this is the first paragraph, two. If I scroll down, there should be, yes, okay, three. So this is paragraph three. And then this is paragraph four, which is a really tiny paragraph. So anytime this is called an indentation, there's a big space, and then they start writing, that means that the author is starting a new paragraph. So your responsibility is to find the main idea, not of the whole article, but of each paragraph that we're going to be reading. So I will do the first one, and then your responsibility will be to find the main idea of the second paragraph, which is this big one right here. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to just read the whole thing through one time. So if you want it read to you, you can listen to that. Otherwise, you can fast forward to the part where I'm talking about main idea. So it says change is a part of life. You can see changes in things all around you, in your environment, and in yourself. In fact, change is happening more than you might even notice. While you notice big changes like leaves turning colors in autumn or flowers blooming in spring, there are plenty of other changes that are happening on a daily and minute by minute basis. Essentially, there are two types of changes: physical change and chemical change. Let's take a moment to learn a little bit about each of these changes. So the author's telling me that we're going to learn about physical and chemical change. So we'll start with paragraph 2, which is the one you will be finding the main idea of. Physical changes might alter the shape or feel of something, but the thing is mostly the same. For example, if you have a piece of paper and fold it into a paper airplane, you have caused a physical change. The paper looks different than when you started, but it's still a piece of paper. It has not, in fact, turned into an actual airplane, right? Then, if that paper airplane didn't fly very far and you crumpled it into a ball, you made another physical change. It is still paper, but now it is the shape of a ball for you to toss in the trash. Another key characteristic of physical change is that the changes are reversible. So if you realize your paper had your math homework, you would try to smooth it flat and turn it into your teacher. Yet another physical change, right? It's still paper, but it's crumpled and feels different than the smooth piece of paper that you originally started with. So what physical change is that we don't change what the object is. It's still paper, even though it's in a different form. So now we're going to talk about paragraph 3. It says sometimes you can alter a substance down to molecules and create something entirely different. This is called chemical change. Let's think about cookies. When you make cookies from scratch, you combine your flour and baking powder, chocolate chips, and butter together with a few other ingredients. Once you mix everything together, you pop the batter into the oven and it comes out as cookies. The cookies are an entirely different thing than the flour and baking powder it started with. The cookies are now, well, cookies. And while physical changes are reversible, chemical changes are irreversible. Once you have cookies, you can't reverse the process and break them back down into batter and the individual ingredients. The ingredients bound together and chemically change into delicious cookies. There's no going back. Though would you want to? Cookies are delicious. The next time you notice a change around you, try to determine if it is physical, a reversible change, or chemical, an irreversible change, which means not reversible. That means it can't be changed back into what it was before. All right, so I'm going to just do the main idea of paragraph 3, which is is about chemical change. So I'm going to say the main idea, and instead of saying second paragraph, I'm going to say third paragraph because that's what I'm showing you. The main idea of the third paragraph is that chemical change is a type of irreversible change. Remember, irreversible means not changeable. So if I change something to cookies, we can't change it back into the flour and separate everything out. So a supporting detail is something that supports that main idea. So I'm going to go back to that paragraph and read and find something that supports that physical change or chemical change is irreversible. So I'm going to say that the cookie baking example is a supporting detail is that you cannot change baked cookies back into their individual ingredients. Okay, so you are going to repeat the same process with your second paragraph. So you'll be going up to second paragraph, which is about physical changes and telling me the main idea and then a supporting detail that supports that main idea. And I gave you sentence stems, so you just need to fill in with what you think the correct answer is. And good luck.